Immerse yourself in the profound insights offered by Father Chuck Belmonte as he delves into daily reflections on various gospel passages from the Bible.
Should I be afraid of lifelong commitments? As Christians, we must follow Jesus and not fear lifelong commitments. 3 young people asked the Pope how to remain true disciples of Christ, how to say yes to a lifelong commitment, and how to cope with crises in the Church. How to remain true disciples of Christ. Pope Leo said, "Being a witness to Christ is both captivating and demanding. It enlarges our minds and hearts, freeing us from the fears created by misinformation and from walls built by prejudice. Rejecting the culture of power and building a civilization of love are choices that are not immediately understood or accepted. Yet the radicalism of the gospel is the very opposite of fundamentalism. It does not make us blind or violent. Instead, it makes us aware, attentive, and always eager to follow Jesus, and therefore humble and welcoming towards everyone. It is not an easy path, but it brings much joy." About how to say yes to a lifelong commitment, Pope Leo said, "Choosing forever does not imprison us within a cage. Rather, it opens us to a greater active freedom. To love is to flee from slavery. It is a path to be discovered, a journey that God Himself walks with us. We must see the inseparable bond between faith, trust, and faithfulness. Faith unmasks the illusion that our problems can be solved by running away, or abandoning our commitments, or taking a few steps along ever-changing roads without ever truly arriving anywhere. We may multiply our experiences, our acquaintances, and our possessions, yet remain in exactly the same place. The human cost is immense, and the inner emptiness that follows is profound. Thus we must learn to know ourselves, to make decisions, and to stake our lives on them. In other words, to respond to the Lord who calls us. We must never stop being faithful to the commitments we have made and to those still to come. About how to cope with crises in the Church, Pope Leo said, "Throughout history and even today, many people struggle to experience the Church as Jesus desires her to be. This causes deep suffering. It leaves wounds and disappointments, and for some it even becomes an obstacle to faith. In the Gospel, Jesus Himself warns us about this danger, the scandal His disciples can cause, especially to the little ones and the poor. Yet from the very beginning, He desired to gather a united people. Around Jesus, men and women became brothers and sisters who otherwise would never have met. Jesus' desire for the Church is unmistakable. She is to become His body and make His own life visible. The Word of God, the sacraments, and the practice of fraternal love are the means by which the image of Christ is formed within us. We must walk this path, not to dominate, but to serve, not to grasp, but to receive, not to withhold, but to give back. This is the very life of God, which continually renews the Church and makes her a free people, a place of refreshment and salvation."
I would be delighted to extend an invitation to you once again tomorrow for another insightful reflection on the Gospel by Father Belmonte.